All right, everyone. How are you today? My name is Melissa Carazon, and I'm excited to be sharing some training with you all tonight. Some of it's going to be basic, some is going to be common sense stuff, and some is going to be stuff that you've probably never heard about. And so my daughter's trying to get my 2-year-old to the room. And so, excuse me, I'm battling a cough right now. And so let's get started. The video is only going to be the max 40 minutes long, so I'm trying to stay on schedule to respect everybody's time. And so the things that I wanted to address are some things that have been coming up with the past 2 weeks within our team. And so because I know that some people are experiencing these things, some new distributors, maybe you haven't experienced it yet and you may in the future. So I'm going to share what it is so that way when you come across that, you already have that experience and knowledge. So can you believe December is almost here? We have one more day left in November. December is here. Oh my gosh. So which we'll touch on December once the video is almost done. But what I wanted to talk about, you guys, is how's it going so far? I mean, we have enrolled a lot of distributors for the month of November because of our $20 promotional thing that we have going on. It's amazing. So welcome all you new distributors. I know it's a lot of change going on. You're learning social media and the things to do and the things not to do and things like that. So it gets exciting. What I want to be sure to just share with you is that I really, truly want you to give this business a complete 90-day, complete 90-day work. What I mean by that is give this business 90 consistent working days for you to judge this business. Okay, and so what I mean by that, let me break it down a little bit more. If you work full-time and you only share the business 3 days out of the week, that's only 3 days, not 7 days, okay? So add up those days that you're actually working this business, and until you hit 90 days, then judge it, okay? Just want to share that with you because I believe that it took me a good working 90 days to be able to want to dream a little bit more for my family. At my 90-day mark, I realized that I was worth more. At my 90-day mark, I was I was actually a Ruby. I realized what residual income meant. I learned so much in my new business, my first 90 working days, okay? So I want you to keep that on top of head that, of that, okay? So it creates a habit. Like this business, it's different, right? You've probably never done network marketing. This business is basically network marketing. Right? There's so many reasons why I will stay with It Works. I've been with It Works now 5 years. And I won't go into detail about that. But what this business has allowed me to do, excuse me, is to dream big for my family. And as a child, that's the only time I actually was dreaming. I never really dreamt as an adult or my working days. And so that's what this business has allowed me to do, is to dream big. And we're going to ask you to dream big. We're actually going to be doing some dream board activity soon. So stay tuned to that. And so make sure everybody's on mute real quick. My refrigerator is making noise. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So so back to the 90-day mark. So ma'am, remember whenever we talk about that, you know, stay consistent for 90 days, work your business for 90 complete days, and then give your business a judge. Then you can judge it. Okay. The second thing I wanted to talk about is having a clear goal, what you want to do every month. Whenever your goal is clear, it's so much easier to plan your days out. You actually will know more in detail, like how many customers you need, how many fast start bonuses you need to complete a certain goal. So make sure that not only you know your goal, but you are sharing your goals with your enroller. That is so crucial in this business. The person that enrolled you as a distributor, we want to make sure that they completely understand your goals and what you want for your family. It helps us understand, when it comes to charting, it helps us understand where you want to be. And so that way, whenever we are working our business and we find something that is going to be relatable to you and your goals, it's something that we can share. So it's pretty nice. So what I always like to do as you start to enroll distributors in your business, and many of you are, what I like to concentrate in doing, it's been working for me for so many years, working it this way, but by the 10th of every month, if there's a number of distributors that I want to enroll on my team, I focused on, for example, December 1st through the December 10th. Those are the days that I'm focusing on enrolling distributors. The 10th, the max would be the 14th. But the 10th and on, my focus is volume and helping my distributors understand what a customer is and helping them enroll their customers in their business. So volume normally for me is from the 10th all the way to the end of the month. Now, because it's $20 promotion, it's kind of everywhere right now, but typically that is how it is. And the reason why we like to do that is because if you're going for Ruby, hold on one moment. Sorry about that. My refrigerator is making noise. My son had to close it. I don't know if you can see here. Can you see this, Ashley? Good. Okay. So let's say that I'm a new distributor and I want to enroll distributors on my team. My goal is to print the executive and Ruby chart out. You can find that in your eSuite under documents, and you type in charts, and you're going to see the charts that you're able to print out. And so for example, December 1st, make sure you print out your charts. Make sure you have them in front of you on December 1st. So that way you know exactly how many distributors you need on your team to go executive and how many distributors you need on your team to go Ruby. And I put in some examples for you. You're going to notice the $99 on top of each square. That's called a fast start bonus. And actually, you know what? Let me share my screen with you all because I actually typed it up for you. And it looks so much more cleaner. Share. Okay. All right. So let me put this down. So what I did was I created this in picture form for you all. So that way you can save it on your phone if you like. When you enroll a distributor, you can actually send them this picture and you can type in their website name as a reminder, their username and password, because when you enroll distributors in the beginning, it takes a little while for them to remember those three things there. So do that for them because again, if it's in front of them, it's just easier for them to be able to show their website and start enrolling people on their team. The reason why you want to know your website name right away when you're a distributor is because you can start enrolling customers. A loyal customer is simply somebody that wants to save and get products at wholesale cost through your website. I know a few distributors have come to me and said that they want to put a lot of product order in so they can sell it, every day, which is great, but we highly recommend that you start to understand the importance of creating residual income is by enrolling customers. It creates volumes, which is sales for your business. And so enrolling customers is huge when you first start because you're able to get a shopping spree right here for $150. Uh-oh, sorry about that. For $150. So in order to get it for your shopping spree for $150, you have to enroll one customer in your first 3 days of your business. Okay? And then you have four more to enroll within the next 30 days. So before 30 days, you want to make sure you have a total count of 5 new customers. And sorry, Levi's right here. I give my kids some tasks to do and they keep breaking it. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is that as a new distributor, your website is live in 5 minutes. So make sure that your new distributors that you start to enroll understands that their website is also live in 5 minutes, because they can literally start to grow their customer base. The other thing I wanted to mention to you about the importance of customers is because with It Works, they like to reward us in so many different ways. And one of them, early on in your business, they want you to be able to get product at an even more of a bigger discount. And what that is called is a reward. A reward is when you enroll 2 customers, you get 1 reward. And with that reward, you're able to get 3 items. You're able to get 1 box of wraps, which is 4 wraps for $25. When you sell them at $25 each, you're able to profit $75. The other thing is facial wraps. Same thing. The face wraps are just like the body wraps, but they're designed for the face, to lift it, to tighten, to tone, get rid of wrinkles, to hydrate it. It's a wonderful product as well. You're able to buy 4 of those wraps for $25. When you sell those at $25 each, your profit is $75. Also, the Keto Coffee is our latest one that we just added. You're able to buy 15, a bag of Keto Coffee, which is 15, for the price of $19, not $39. So those are called rewards. You're able to get 1 reward for every 2 loyal customers you enroll directly through your website. So do you now see the importance of why we want you to make it a habit to enroll customers versus you buying all this product and try to sell it throughout, or sell it, the reason why I enrolled with It Works is because I quickly realized that this business, when I do an auto shipment, which is number 2, it's only for the products that Melissa wants for herself. I fell in love with this business because I noticed that we did not have to buy all this product and try to retail it on the street. That is not the intent that we have. What we want you to get in the habit of doing is enrolling loyal customers who want to save and get the product at your cost, which is distributor cost. And it's pretty neat because many companies out there are not like that. They want you to sell retail only, and in order, it's just, the list goes on and on. But so that's pretty nice. I mean, you can get literally, if you get 5 customers your first 2 days as a distributor with It Works, you're able to get 2 rewards and also your $150 shopping spree right away. It's live within 24 hours after you get that last customer that you need. So it's pretty cool. Number 2, commission qualified. We did create a video on our team page that goes more into detail of number 2, commission qualified, and the importance of it. So I won't spend too long in that area, but there's 2 ways to be commission qualified. One is by setting up that auto shipment of the products that you want to get healthy with, that you want to lose weight with, and share your testimonial. And that's basically how we get customers. So because I have been a product of the product for the past 5 years, I'm able to constantly continue to enroll customers, because when I was pregnant with Levi back in 2016, I sold a crap load of defining gel and stretch mark cream and greens, because that's what I was using during that year. So every year as you are a Networks distributor, you have different challenges amongst, with the products for yourself. And it's pretty nice. This is the healthiest that I have ever been in my life. And thanks to It Works that I'm going to be able to stay that way, because I am able to invest in myself for my health, and in return, share it and make money. So it's pretty amazing. Number 2 on part B, it basically says 150. So to be commission qualified, it's either you do A or B. B is something I personally like to stay away from, because, we can't really control our customer orders. And if a customer decides to cancel their order on the last day of the month, and I'm relying on that order for 150, then it may disqualify me for my monthly commissions. So I like to stick with my auto shipment order, because I run out of product anyways and I need it. But I just wanted to let you know that you have both options, one or the other, okay? So if you're planning on doing option B for 150 PBV, the last day of every month at 10 p.m., you want to make sure that number stays over 150, okay? And 3, we are in a building business. Here with It Works, we are always building. We enroll customers to stay on our product, and we enroll distributors who want to make money with us. That is all we do over and over and over and over. And because I've been in the business now 5 years, the business has changed a little bit since I've been a distributor. And so another thing that you want to always just keep on top of mind is the social media presence and how that's changing, how we got to, kind of go with the trend. And so right now, a lot of my customers and my distributors have been through social media. And so now when I share my business on social media, I'm always looking for social media influencers. That's another term I started using that I've never used before. There's just different ways you can advertise to bring in your distributors to your team. And that's another subject we'll talk about later. But I just want to share and tell you that, I know many of you are new distributors. Whenever you get 5 customers, that's not the end. You keep going and you keep going and going. You keep building that residual check, okay? As well as distributors. Once you go Ruby, keep going. Don't stop there. It's great, what your team can transform into just by you going and going and going, okay? Some other things that I wanted to highlight is our Ruby chart. Ruby is so huge in our business, because in order to hit any level within our company, it's based on rubies. So for example, once you go Ruby, you repeat what you just did to get to Ruby, and then you're Emerald, and then you repeat what you did to get to Emerald, and then you're Diamond, and it just keeps going and going and going. It never changes. The only thing that changes is your commissions, and it gets nice. So let's break down the Ruby chart. So I know a lot of people have been asking me, Melissa, how much commissions am I going to get if I have 6 customers? Well, the answer is, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know the volume that your team has. But here's a breakdown, and here's an easier way for you to figure it out. It's not hard at all. So let's say this is you, right, where it says you. Anybody that you enroll as a distributor, everybody on that first line, in addition to your fast start bonuses, you get 10% of whatever customers they bring in. So if you're, so you just base it on that. Find out what everybody's ordering and figure that out when you times 10% of that. So that is how the commissions are breakdown as far as like your entire organization. But the beautiful thing about it is that when you enroll sister or a Facebook friend or Instagram friend, they start to enroll people, and they start to enroll people, and they start to enroll people. And, you can be on your couch watching a show with your child, and your team just enrolled 3 customers and you didn't even do anything. So that is the beautiful part of network marketing, because you enrolled someone who wrote someone who wrote someone. That is how a part of how your check does increase. And so that's what we really want to teach you today. We really want to teach you to take advantage of how the residual income part works, because it's just powerful whenever you can impact so many people in your community, whether if it's in person or through social media. And that's how all this works. So first line's 10% commissions. Second line, and it's broken down right here on your Ruby chart. That's where I got this from. Right here, where it says your first 2 levels is 10%, your 5th level and 4th are 5%. And so that's kind of like what that looks like here. Okay. Every distributor that you enroll, Ruby consists of 4 squares, which is 5 squares, which is 5 people. And once you enroll 3 distributors, you want to make sure you get with your enroller when you enroll your 4th one, because we have to make sure that they are in this type of order to be able to hit the Ruby level. It's very, very important that you don't keep all 5 people on your first line, if that makes sense. So after you enroll 3 distributors, make sure on your 4th distributor, you call your enroller, you message her and tell her that, how do you move your 4th distributor, okay? So that's very, very important for charting purposes. Once you understand our charts, the charting is your roadmap to success with us. Once you understand that, it gets easier, I promise. And once you understand Ruby, it's the same thing to get to all the other levels. Ruby is the hardest to understand, but once you understand it, it gets easier. So I wanted to highlight in red on the very bottom, it says $100 Fast Start paid weekly bonuses. And how that works is when you enroll a distributor and they get no customers, they don't know how to log in their website, they're not doing anything, you're not going to get $100 for enrolling that distributor, okay? You are only rewarded $100 whenever you teach them how to be successful, okay? Tell them, you want to show them everything that I'm sharing with you today. You can share this video with them. You want to make sure that they completely understand, because when they get 2 customers through their website and they set up an 80-point auto shipment, you were rewarded your $100 Fast Start bonus. So you were rewarded that bonus because you are teaching other people how to be successful, okay? And so that's why it works, rewards you. That's the whole purpose behind it. Now, I understand that every now and then you will enroll someone who wants to make money and then they disappear off the earth. You can't get a hold of them. They're not returning your messages. That happens. Guess what? You still can secure your $99 Fast Start bonus by you enrolling 2 customers and moving it under them. You will be able to get that Fast Start bonus if those 2 customer orders are over 150 in points. You will not get the Fast Start bonus if those 2 customers' orders don't equal over 150, okay? And those are the rules to that, and that's how that is. So if you want to secure your Fast Start bonus, you can do it that way, okay? Or teach them. I prefer teaching them, obviously, but I don't want to ever lose Fast Start bonuses. So, you got to be, you have to definitely think of a good game plan whenever you work it that way, okay? All your commissions are paid out on the 15th of every month. Sometimes we get them paid sooner, but the 15th of every month, you will receive all your commissions on all your team's orders. Anybody that placed any sales under your organization, commissions are paid out on the 15th for that. The Fast Start bonuses are paid weekly, so it's 2 separate things, okay? Just wanted to address that with you because I know we had some confusion with that. Okay, so another thing that has been brought up recently a lot is that you're enrolling customers and you're getting commissions off of it, but they're not counting towards a reward. And the reason for that is because when you're a distributor, any distributors cannot have loyal customers at their home address. Okay. If I enroll as a distributor and I put my 18-year-old daughter as my customer, it's not going to count for a reward because it's the same household. It will count towards commissions though, so you will definitely get your money for that, but it's not going to count towards a reward. So if you're wondering why you enrolled 3 customers and you're only getting credit for 2, that's the reason why. Okay. Let's see. So I know a lot of you guys have been getting fast start bonuses. So congratulations to you all that have been taking advantage of that. It's amazing. It's exciting because it makes you want to talk to distributors. It makes you want to enroll more people on your team, right? I know that's what it does for me. So every time that I do take the time to spend with a potential distributor, whether if I'm meeting them at Starbucks or whatever, in my back of my mind, I'm thinking this can be $99. This can be $99 in the future. This can be $99. And so I'm always speaking opportunity to every person that I talk to because I will get rewarded if they decide to become a distributor. So that's something that I was so excited about when I joined It Works 5 years ago because I didn't feel like I was ever wasting my time, if that makes sense. So, I share this because these are the thoughts that went through my head as a new distributor, trying to understand how to work this business. And once I got that down, my business just exploded because I was excited that I could possibly get $99 per person that I was talking to. So again, this picture that I'm sharing here, I'm saving it as a picture form. It's actually shared on our team page. So feel free to use your phone and save that picture so that way you can, pencil in or print it out and give this to your future distributors on your team. Because it's a quick little guide and it's just a one-sheeter. I'm real simple. I'm not a very, detailed person. I keep everything simple. If you look at my desk, like there's paper everywhere. I'm a pencil type of girl, but pen and paper type of girl. And anyways, that's another subject. My sister's always telling me I get long-winded and I get out the subject. So let me rewind a little bit. Let's see here. There was some other things that I wanted to talk to you. Okay, here it goes. All right, I had to make me some notes because I like to get off topic. We talked about that. We talked about habit. If you didn't understand the creating habit, it's in the beginning of this video, so make sure you watch that. So I wanted to talk about discipline. And what I mean by that is, when you start this when you're in a business now, you're an entrepreneur, and you can now make amazing income. But it takes a lot of discipline, and what I mean by that is prepping your time to work. Many of us have full-time jobs. I had a full-time job my first year when I started It Works. And so I had to really be disciplined. There was parties that I skipped out on the weekends because I really, really wanted to talk to more people to bring into my organization for my business. So those are things, what I mean by discipline, it's different activities. It's not the same thing. It's different tasks that you have to practice. It's going to be, it's a lot of practice, okay? When you first start with us, we don't expect you to have all this discipline like we do that's been in for a while. But just know that you have to start to create it in order to grow. And I can be the first to tell you that, within me and my family, I was never taught to dream big. I was never taught to create all these tasks and do all these things. And so when I started to do them in this business, it just felt amazing. It just felt like, wow, like I was a kid again, dreaming big for my family. And I just want to let you know firsthand that, I didn't have much growing up when I was little. And so now that I'm able to experience the things that It Works has brought into my life and my family, it's just grand. And so I'm here to tell you all that you are all worthy, whatever it is that you want to conquer with this business. And this business can be the tool that can help you get other things that you want in your life. And what I mean by that is, let It Works be that tool to help you now start planning family vacations. Let It Works be that tool to help buy you a home one day, or to start paying for your vehicles. Why not? Why not work hard for this business so that way you can be able to do those additional things that maybe that you have always been wanting to do. And so this business is so good for that. There's so many people I have met along my journey that are just making an amazing amount of income. And, you just see their life transform within 1 year. Within 1 year in this business, it brought me home to my kids so I can raise them. That was my goal 4 months into this business. When I started this business, it wasn't my goal to come home. 4 months later, it changed. So as you are growing and evolving in this business, your goals are going to get bigger, and your mind's going to change. Your mindset's going to get stronger. You're going to start to believe in yourselves. You're going to start to make these great goals. And so don't give up on that. Like, if you take anything away from this video, do not give up when it gets hard, because only through those hard times is how you're going to grow. It's never, ever, ever a smooth, it's never like this. I can tell you my business has been all like this, and comes back up and it goes down. But it's so, so worth the journey. So worth the journey. Let's see. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about, what time we have? Okay, we have about 10 more minutes. So what I wanted to leave you with is that, are you putting in the extra effort on social media? I'm going to spend the last 10 minutes on this, because now we're in a social media business. Like, when I started, it was not as big as what it is today. And so I want to just talk to you a little bit about that. Again, I'm still growing on social media as well. So these notes that I wrote, I'm actually going to start doing them as well, because it's something recently that I've learned. And so I wanted to share it with you early on, so that way you can start these practices. And again, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to get better and better at this, okay? So are you putting in the extra effort on social media? Let me break that down. Are you taking time to really think about your posts in a meaningful way? Okay, so what I've learned today, I was reading a few things on Instagram, like through Facebook, through Google, and all that good stuff. And some things that I was reading and learning is that nowadays your posts have to be meaningful, so meaningful. When you copy and paste the picture today, people know if it's real or not, And if you're only taking 1 second to do a post, you're not going to get anything from it. That makes sense. So if you take the time, get some apps that picture quality, and your pictures are huge. Like, now I'm trying to get better at that too. Something that I started doing earlier this year, but I got away from it, but I need to go back to it, is the picture quality of your photos, especially on Instagram. And well, Instagram huge, but Facebook is also turning that way. Picture quality of your photos. There's so many shades and all this stuff, right? It sounds like it's time consuming, but there's so many apps nowadays, even your phones, that change the color of your photo, okay? So here's a task that I want you to do, is go through your social media platforms, and really, when you see that picture that you're like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful, or oh my gosh, that color is nice, whatever captures your attention, that's how your posts need to be, okay? Your pictures need to be like that. What's been capturing my attention are these, they're like these, what color is that? I don't even know what it's named, but it's like a pinkish, maroonish color. It's like beige and maroon and pink. I don't know what color that is, but those are the pictures that capture my attention, for the past month. So when I see pictures like that on Instagram, I'm like, I stop and I like it and I read it. And I'm like, wow, that picture got me to read whatever they were saying on that message. And that is what we have to start doing from here forward. We have to really think about what we're going to, about picture quality and what we're posting. The other thing that I've learned is this. On your Facebook, you have to do, it's called a 3-3 rule, which I'm still learning, guys. And it has to be anything like with the F's: freedom, fun, food, all those F words, not the bad word, but, those are the pictures that capture people's attention. Those are the ones that you want on your Facebook. Now this is hard for me when I'm saying this because I haven't been practicing this part, but I'm going to start to see what kind of change I get. But the products need to start appearing in your stories, not your regular platform on Facebook. Your main page, it can't be like products and products and products because it's too salesy. People are like the way social media is changing today is, from what I was reading, is they're not, it's a big no-no. So if you're going to do product posts, they have to be of you drinking it, of you taking whatever it is in your stories. That's where people are getting that feel, so I learned that today, and we're going to get more in detail about that later, but I just wanted to kind of share what I'm reading so that way you can start and get ahead of the game. Okay. Yeah. So, back to the extra effort on social media, your story matters. Like at the end of the day, if there's one post that you post every day, okay, you don't have time to post or whatever, make time. Of course, you're going to hear me always say make time. But if there was one post you can only do every day, it has to be a story of something. People fall in love with stories. People will get closer to you and feel comfortable when you share a story. When I say a story, it's usually your story. Okay, we have a little bit more longer. I just got a message. I've probably seen the message too. Anyway, so people fall in love with your story. And always speak in your story in future tense as well. So what I mean by that is, if you just joined if you just joined and you've enrolled a few customers and right now you're like, man, Ruby, if I can make $500 extra a month, that would change this and this and this for me, right? Write that. Tell people on your social media, that's what, take a picture of you and your family. Take a picture of you and your dog. Take a picture of you at the park and you sharing some great words like that. That's what people want to read and see. And if you're telling them what you're going for, $500, that post is going to inspire them to say, hey, I want more information on what you're talking about, versus, hey, it's only $99 to join my team right now, 2 spots left. You know what I mean? That still kind of works, but like I said, social media is changing into what I'm sharing with you. So get ahead of the game, start posting more of stories, real life events, little things, be positive. Your social media is, you're a huge influencer now. So if it's, you're going to always hear me say, if it's not positive, then it's going to really, really be hard for you to grow your business, and have people want to be a part of what you have going on. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share about the changes on social media. We'll have a more in-depth training on that later, once I get more in detail with that. But I just kind of wanted to share what I was reading today for you. But I really wanted you to completely understand the importance of our Ruby, how to get here, what's in it for you, early on. And it gets better after Ruby, you guys. There's bonuses right now. And I can say that we're going to be opening in Mexico soon. So that's another thing to start prepping for. If you know anybody that speaks Spanish or from Mexico or whatever, start telling them that, can you imagine if you start growing a team in Mexico? You know, they're after opportunity over there. And so, you know, just start getting your list together and your names of people that are ready to join you whenever that launch comes. We're also having another product too before the end of the year. Conference is going to be huge in February. If you want to be a part of that and you haven't bought your conference ticket, it's not too late to get it. We're still getting the details on the hotel. We're planning on bunking. We're planning on making that room full. We want everybody there on our team to be there if you can, and we'll just make it work. We'll make it happen, and we're just going to make fun with it, okay? So that's what I wanted to share tonight. I'm going to unmute everybody to see if there's anything that you want me to add that I probably have left off, maybe that you've been experienced this week. Let me hit unmute. Okay. All right, so does anybody have any questions? Y'all want to add anything to this?
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, just to
No, but I have 10 things. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, you pretty much said everything.
This is basically all we do every day. I mean, customers and distributors. So, you know, let's see. I'm sure I left something out, but you know, we always have these trainings.
The most important thing you touched on was as far as the importance of keeping your auto shipment on or not keeping it. I think that was and it's important because even though I've hit my Ruby bonus and, you know, gotten past, you know, the beginning stage and it's going towards another bonuses and stuff, I'm still constantly learning something. So I think you on some good subjects and the importance of your auto shipment. And I think it's super important just to, I know Tiffany had a video earlier saying
it goes way in depth, a little bit more in depth. So that's why I didn't like really blow it up on this one, but yes.
I think it's important. And like I said, I know sometimes, you know, like even for me at the beginning, I didn't want to keep the auto shipment on because I couldn't afford it. I'm not going to, you know, keep it on. I'm going to see if I can get some loyal customers or whatever the case is. And then come the end of the month, I'm having to hurry up and buy something for myself anyways, just to meet those points. So I think it's kind of, you know, like Tiffany said, just keep your shipment on, let it run, whatever day you're going to let it run. She picked the beginning of the month, which is cool, you know, so she can get it out the way and she doesn't have to worry about being commission qualified. You know, she's commission qualified. And then everything else that comes in, she puts the volume. So I think that like super important. Even right now, I think that's the most important. Besides your loyal, getting that auto shipment on.
And to point out that, you know, for me, when I started, I always go back to when I started because, man, that was the most troubling times in my life. And that's actually what kept me going and kept me strong not to ever quit this business. But when I could not afford my auto shipment, I did schedule it on paydays of my job. And what I did was I ordered product that I knew I could flip and like get my investment back, because it is an investment, so I can get a bigger investment, my bigger commission check, right? So you know, it's a business, and you know, I've learned that this business, there's not a lot to invest in. You know, if you think of like all these other boutiques. Hold on one moment.
Hi, Levi.
If you think of, he doesn't want to go back to the room. If you think, say hi.
Hi, baby.
If you think of like all these boutique shops and things like that, they invest in thousands of thousands every month just to make a few $100s. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's another subject. But yes, auto shipment, be smart with it. If you can afford it, like I couldn't afford it, set something up to where you can flip it. I would, you know, like right now, for example, I have keto coffee in my auto shipment because I can sell them for $5 each. Wherever I go, whoever I talk to, whatever family gathering I go to, I try to sell my $5 coffees. And then guess what? Once they like my $5 coffee, they're going to become my loyal customer. So those small little sales that are getting me my auto shipment back turn into customers. And, you know, like that one wrap you put on that person, they end up falling in love with the wrap. Guess what? They're going to want more, and then they're going to become your customer on the wraps.
Yeah.
So, you know, we definitely need product to advertise and to share, you know, so it's just a win-win. If I didn't have no products here at my house, it would be hard for me to be excited. You know what I mean? First of all, I can't lose weight if I don't have my products, or I
Yeah.
can't maintain my weight. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's just, you know, it's an investment that pays for itself. Oh, who's calling me? Yeah. All right. So that's all I have for tonight. It was recorded. I'm going to share it on our team page. Thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to share this video with your team once it's uploaded. Okay. Y'all have a good evening. So everybody, bye, Levi.
Bye.
Bye, Levi.
Good night.
Good night.